What's up? What's up? It's your boy Taz coming to you live out in California. So I want to do a quick video on my experience with CRST. So I went into I got my 8th month done, going into my 9th month, and I was running into issues as far as not getting the amount of miles, and I don't know if that was due to the increase in pay. If it was just I wasn't working good with my manager, or whatever the case was, it might be. But long story short, one of the incidents that caused me to go ahead and take a little bit of time off to regroup and really look at the whole situation is we hooked up to a load, and then they took the load away from us and told us that there was no freight, which is kind of funny because we were hooked up to the freight, and they lied to us. And then when we tried to keep that load, no one was backing us as far as the company. They just gave it to somebody else. So, long story short, I ended up taking a little time off because it was causing me to get frustrated, causing me to go into a whole different attitude towards the company and who I was working with, and it wasn't keeping me focused on what I was trying to get done. So what you're going to run into, different co-drivers. You're going to have some people that are going to steal from you. You're going to have some people that are going to manipulate your logs so then you could drive more than them. You're going to have people that are going to, go to sleep in the middle of the night if they're driving nighttime, eating up 2-3 hours and not really getting the miles that you need. And then what you might end up running into, which I kind of ran into, is I was basically being a lead driver and not getting paid for it, but teaching all these people the different things that need to get done as far as picking up freight, putting in the proper micros to send to dispatch to let them know we picked it up, we're leaving, getting the bill sent off, arriving, dropping off, and so forth. What you run into too is, in some cases, I was doing a lot of the backing into places because people can't back in. And mind you, when I decided to become a truck driver, this stuff was all supposed to be taught to everybody. But in a nutshell, I pretty much taught myself how to do backing and how to get into do the 45 offset, straight line backing was really the only thing that I was taught, and get my CDL. And everything else I pretty much learned on the job in the last 8 months. So I'm kind of working on some other projects right now. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm working on some other projects right now, so I'm not really on a truck right now. But what I'm finding is now they're trying to kind of work with me, but they're trying to force me into driving with people that I can't understand. No one could really give me their experience level based off of if they're able to do all the micros, if they're able to back, if they're able to drive the miles, whether they could do the routes with an Atlas without using what do you call those? Man, I'm brain farting right now, but without using a GPS, whether they can keep up with the miles, so forth and so on. So they're trying to force me back into getting back onto a truck with somebody that I can't really communicate with. And to be honest with you, to me that's kind of a safety hazard, because if I'm sleeping and that person can't find where we're going, and we're going way and out of the way and not keeping track, because kind of with my last co-driver, I don't know if he just didn't have confidence in the GPS, but we found ourselves kind of going towards tolls. But if you're looking at a lot of the different highways, it doesn't necessarily bring you to those tolls. So you really don't have to adjust to it, because the GPS is going to offset you a little bit to bring you around. And based off the routes that CRST has, it goes around a lot of those tolls. So right now, I'm not really working with CRST. I'm taking a little time off. I'm working on some other projects right now, until they can actually let me interview the people that they're trying to hook me up with as far as co-drivers. I'm not going to get on a truck with just anybody. You know, the wintertime, it was a hectic time. I've seen a lot of rollovers. I heard about a lot of people, their lives being taken because of rollovers and not following what they're supposed to be doing. So I'm very conscious. I'm very picky right now. I have 2 more months with them to finish off the contract with them. Like I said, you're gonna run into a lot of different things. I'm not saying the company is a bad company overall. I think it's a good company. The thing I think is sometimes you just don't click with a lot of different people that you work with, and the only way they could really get back at you is if they can control your life. And when you're out on the road, that's what it comes down to. They're able to control your loads. They're able to control where you're at. They're able to control whether the money's coming in or out. You know, and that to me is just, you know, it's hard to work with. And that might be something that I might be bumping heads with, is the whole control factor. You know, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make some money. I got kids. I'm trying to make money for my kids. That's why I was out there. So the biggest thing for me is, if you're watching this video, just be prepared to deal with a lot of different things. Whatever level it's going to take you, as far as not a breaking point, but a point where you're going to say, okay, I need to really regroup, because this is gearing me towards the person that I really don't want to be. I mean, that's on you. You know, I don't know the whole. I don't understand the whole situation. I don't understand why people are the way they are. You know, I don't really like working with people I really don't get along with, as far as them controlling the way my schedule's going to be, the way my life's going to be. And when I that's another thing, is when I ask for a new DM, it's not going to happen. You know, all those people in the office, they work in the office together. They see each other all the time, so they're all buddies. So it doesn't really matter if you ask for a DM, because it's not going to happen. I mean, sometimes it might happen, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good DMs in there. But, you know, obviously, I don't click with the people that I'm working with, whether, I really don't know what it is, but right now I'm just kind of sitting back. I'm working on some other projects to make up for the lost time. I'm waiting for a list of co-drivers so I can interview them, because to me, if I can't trust you and drive with you, I don't want to be on the truck. I don't want to be forced on the truck. I don't want to be forced into doing something that I don't want to do, and that's the way I feel like my DM is trying to is what he's doing. Yeah, for say he's trying to help me get back on the road to make money, but in the ultimately, I need to be able to interview those that I'm working with, because I'm to a point where, you know, when my stuff disappearing, you know, what do you do? You know, I've had stuff stolen. I've had my logs manipulated. I've had people, you know, go to sleep. I've had people crash into stuff. I mean, it's just a whole different ball game. So I kind of want to know who I'm driving with. So if you're looking at this video, you're looking at CRST. It's not a bad company once you get in, per se. And the reason why I say that is you got to get along with your DMs. You got to be able to click with them. Your lead drivers, I'd ask all the questions in the world on what you need to do. To me, I don't feel like I need to teach anybody anything to get the job done. You should already know it when you jump on my truck. When I got on people's truck, they didn't teach me a damn thing. I knew what to do, and if I didn't know how to do it, I found a way of finding out the information of getting it done. So, something else that might happen to you is you might call in and no one will ever answer your phone calls. You'll never get a direct answer on anything. It'll always be shifted or manipulated into a different conversation. Let's see. You might run into being stuck for 2, 3, 4 days at a time. I was told it was freight. I really don't think so. But, it could be. What you're going to run into, too, is if you have a license in Iowa that you have to get that updated within the 30 days or 45 days that they require you to get it adjusted back to the home state that you're from, or it could put you out of service. I ran into that situation where I was a solo driver, driving my co-driver back home so he could switch it out. And then, let's see what else. Medical cards. I mean, you got to keep on top of all your stuff. A lot of times, your DM's there. He works with you, but I don't know what the issues I have with mine. Obviously, we don't click, and I think I said it a long time ago that I wanted to be switched back to my old one, but it didn't happen. No one would accommodate that, and now I haven't finished my contract yet, but I got 2 months left. So once they find me a co-driver list, and I can interview each person, and I can communicate with each person and understand them, and know that they can do their job, then I'll jump back on the truck with them. But I'm not looking for anyone that just got off a leads truck. I'm not looking to train anybody. I'm not looking to do anything extra but to get my couple months done and finish my contract. But other than that, until next time, don't talk about it, be about it.